and speak about what the status quo was like that necessitated this kind of intervention. Why do we need these mediation skills?
Well, I think mediation has been very slow in establishing itself as a profession in South Africa. I'm the managing director of a company called Lipco Law for All, and we've been mediating for 22 years, and we've seen the incredible success it can have. We mediate over 80% of our cases successfully. So at the end of last year, when the minister finally released the new mediation rules, we were obviously very excited, and we started the African School of Mediation to train prospective mediators. And then we tied up hands with these wonderfully inspiring women of Gugulethu, who have been mediating for years, but informally. So with our training, we are formalizing their process and hopefully answering a lot of problems that they have in their communities.
Let's speak about the logistics. A, how do you identify the group of women with whom you will be working? B, how do you then select an area in which you want to implement at least the mediation?
We started in Gugulethu because we heard about these women that all live in a street that is known as Peace Street. And when we met up with them, we just knew that this was going to work. And it's a trial and error. We'll see how it works. We are in it together. And after this, hopefully we'll go to various other communities within South Africa.
Elsie, let's speak to you now. Good morning to you as well. Thank you so much for joining us. Talk to us about the success of this initiative in Gugulethu.
Good morning to all viewers. The success, we hope that it will be a success because we actually have Innovation Street where we get stuff that haven't been publicized or done before. We do that. And we have started with art galleries. We have art galleries in our houses. And we have received quite a lot of people that come from all over the world coming to view how is it happening. And we have been successful. And the guys from Aboneng came and they started the initiation of the street. So that's how we met up with Lipco. And we hope that it's going to be a success because we are actually starting to get people to know about the whole mediation process.
A lot of times, some people will say that South Africans are very complacent, that we relax, that we point fingers at our government too much, and that everybody else must take charge and change the situation, but that very few of us actually sit down and say, if I want to see a change, I must do something. We have here you and a group of other ladies who actually said, we must take charge of our community. We must do something to see change on the ground. Speak to us about why you decided to do that and how your community has responded.
Firstly, we are very happy about the initiation of the mediation. We are very thankful and grateful to the minister because we have seen a lot of stuff happening and not knowing what actually to do. So when they came up with this initiation of mediation, we felt this is what we always needed. And we took it upon us to do this mediation course because we have a lot of crime in our area. We have a lot of disputes that we don't know where to go and how to go about it. And that made us feel like we are useless, but we are not actually useless. I think this is going to give us more strength to take the struggle further on. Thank you.
Jackie, how does it work in practice? What happens? Do you call community meetings? Do you speak to leaders there? Speak to us about how you actually go about mediating whatever situation that you come across.
Well, mediation is a voluntary process, so you get the two parties that are in dispute, you get them together and you initiate the process with them. Mediation can take various forms, whether you get your legal representative with you or you get family members or the chief of the community with you. And then it's a process of finding a middle ground, finding that zone of possibility between the two parties and unlocking the conflict. With the new rules, however, we're very excited because it becomes a court-aligned process. So after the mediation process has been successfully settled, it actually becomes an order of court. So it gives mediation a bit more muscle.
And what are your other objectives as an organization?
Well, obviously it is to train as many mediators as we can. Currently, the rules are only in northwestern Gauteng, and there's over 60,000 cases, civil cases at the courts with only 200 or so mediators. So we have a dire lack of mediators in this country, and we need mediators that are passionate and understand the different types of, well, the diversity of our country.
Now, we know that with the work that you do, having to travel, having to meet with people, it needs money. Who funds the organization?
It's a part of the LIPCO group, LIPCO Law for All, which is a legal insurance company that have been mediating for many years. And it started the organization as a way to make the law more affordable and accessible.
That is exactly my next question. How accessible do you think the law is? Many times we see in South Africa scenes of violent protests, scenes of mob justice. It seems as if people don't know, perhaps, and maybe I'm jumping into conclusions here, but it seems as if people can't access the law and don't know how to voice their objections and come up with solutions. How accessible do you think the law is on the ground, so to speak?
You're completely right. The law is very inaccessible and also very expensive. So the vast majority of South Africans don't have access to the law. Attorneys charge enormous amounts of money. So we're very excited about the mediation rules, and hopefully that brings change to it. It informalizes, the process a little bit, and it is also more affordable. We have to tie that in with the Legal Practice Act that also came through. So there's a lot of movement, but hopefully it actually gives us the change we want to see, but it remains to be seen. From our side, we've realized you've got to do things on your own. That's why we started the school, and that's why we're teaming up with community members to see what difference we can make as an organization and as a company.
How do we get in touch with you?
You can visit us on Facebook or go to our website, which is lipco.co.za or africanmediation.co.za.
All right, thank you so much. Elsie, I'm going to leave you with the final word. Just quickly, if someone is at home and they're thinking, I think I can be a mediator, I can solve people's problems very quickly. What advice would you have for them? Anyone who's interested in mediating?
I think firstly, they have to respect the law, and they have to be faithful to whatever cause they are doing. And they should instill trust in people, because people have lost hope. And the new mediation school and us, I hope that we will give them that trust back.
Thank you so much for that, Elsie Funa, one of the ladies who will be trained at the African School of Mediation, joined by the founder of that particular organization, Jackie Nagtegaal. All right, quick ad break. Morning Live continues after this. You just had them in our Capetown studios. Ladies, thank you so much to you. Speaking about more women issues after the short ad break. Stay with us.